Good afternoon. I was flipping through a Giada cookbook and I found a couple of recipes that really intrigued me. I made candy prosciutto and that was delicious. I flipped through a couple more pages and I found an apricot mostarda, which is basically apricot and mustard. It's a savory sweet dish. It's a condiment. You can make it in a large batch because you could put it in the refrigerator and it'll last a month or so. So I'm gonna make a batch. Here we go. We're gonna need a tablespoon of olive oil. I've got 1 shallot finely chopped. We're gonna need a 1/4 teaspoon of kosher salt, 1 teaspoon of mustard seeds, and a 1/2 teaspoon of crushed red pepper flakes, 5 tablespoons of white sugar, 1 teaspoon of Dijon mustard. I have a 1/2 cup of white wine vinegar and 2 cups of chopped dried apricots. And a 15-ounce container of dried apricots gave me the 2 cups of chopped. All right, we're going to heat the oil over medium-high heat. Okay, the oil's hot. We're going to add the shallots and the salt. We're going to cook those for about a minute. Now we're going to add the mustard seeds and red pepper flakes for another minute. Ooh, I can smell that mustard. Now we're going to add the vinegar and the sugar. We're going to bring that to a simmer for 3 minutes. Okay, all the sugar's dissolved. I'm going to add 1 cup of the 2 cups of apricots. The apricots are sticky. I'm going to add the teaspoon of mustard. We're going to bring this to a simmer for 10 minutes. Ooh, this is smelling really good. It's been about 10 minutes. I have a jam-like consistency. I'm going to add the rest of the apricots, take it off the heat, cover it, and let it cool to room temperature. Okay, take it off the heat, let it cool. The second half of the apricots were stirred into this after the first cup turned to a jam consistency on the stove. I've taken it off the heat. I'm going to let it sit here till it completely cools. We'll come back and spread it on something. It's been about an hour and a half. Everything is room temperature. I've got some of the apricot mostarda, spread it on some Melba toasts. We're going to give this a try. Okay, I've got me some of this apricot mostarda on Melba toasts. That is very good. Sweet and savory. When you first take a bite, then it hits your tongue, it's sweet. But once you crunch down on that and hit those mustard seeds and bust those things wide open with the red pepper flakes, it's a good amount of heat. So sweet and savory definitely is the right definition for this because it's got a little bit of heat. Once you chew it up and you swallow it, you get the savory. Mmm. That is good. Oh man. You get some prosciutto, put a little dollop in that and roll them up. You have yourself quite the appetizer. Wow, that's good. And it's got a little heat to it. I'm glad I have myself a cold beverage here to cool my tongue. This is the second time I've made this, and I think my apricots were more of a dice than a chop. I made them smaller than I did last time, but I have to make them even smaller. I think if you made them smaller or finer, you'd get more of a jelly consistency or a preserve or jam. I have a jam consistency now, but the chunks are big, and I think it's intended to be smaller. But I'll tell you what, you talk flavor, that is really good. Whew. Even if the apricot chunks are big, it's tasty. And my mouth is a little warm right now. Well, hey, I hope you try this the next party. Thanks for watching. Enjoy.